Bauma is a mountain. It's not an event you attend or a place you visit, it's a thing you conquer. Rising to the challenge of Bauma requires grit, resilience, and endurance. But when you've scaled the peak, the view is amazing. The feeling is euphoric, and you'll have memories that will last you a lifetime. 10 times I've visited Bauma, and 10 times it's defeated me. I've always returned with regrets. Regret that the show didn't last just a little bit longer. Regrets at the things I should have seen but didn't. Regrets at the people I planned to meet but couldn't. But not this time. This time I arrived in Munich with a very long and very detailed list of tasks. And now, as I sit in the Munich apartment that's been my home for the past week, my suitcase packed and waiting by the door, my list of tasks is a sea of ticks. Every machine I wanted to see, every person I wanted to meet, every stand I wanted to visit, done. Of course, I'm not kidding myself. I'm sure there were dozens of hidden gems that I didn't stumble upon. Maybe there were enlightening conversations to be had while I was otherwise engaged. But I will return from the mess and safe in the knowledge that I gave it my all. And trust me, the equipment manufacturers did likewise. Bobcat, Hitachi, Kobelco, Komatsu, Liebherr, Volvo, Wacker and all the others brought their A game. Their engineers made possible the impossible, producing equipment not of today, but of years to come. There will be a time when there are hundreds of the new Komatsu PC220s on sites around the world, when a Kobelco SK300 straight boom demolition machine goes to work, when an autonomous Liebherr wheel loader eliminates the strain of repetitive and tedious work, and when the Hitachi Landcross One evolves from stunning concept into a fully fledged machine. When that time comes, we happy few, will look back and remember when and where we saw it first. The show wasn't without its disappointments, of course. At Bauma 2022, we were afforded a glimpse of a hydrogen-fueled future. 3 years later, hydrogen remains tantalizingly out of reach, while the electric revolution continues to gather pace. But if a hydrogen future remains just beyond our grasp, Bauma 2025 proved that machine autonomy is right here, right now. And it's arriving in a quiet, subtle way, not as a human replacement, but as a human aid. Liebherr's autonomous wheel loader doesn't actually require an operator, but the seat and the cab remain because there are some tasks and some applications that still require that human touch. Komatsu's PC220 has an autonomy feature that allows it to replicate movements and actions taught by the person behind the levers. Meanwhile, Hitachi's autonomous excavator is perfectly capable of digging a trench to a precise length and depth, but it still requires a human with an iPad and an understanding of construction to tell it to do so. Any suggestion that the days of human operator are numbered are at best premature and at worst a long way wide of the mark, at least for now. Along with autonomy, there was another word on the lips of exhibitors and visitors alike: tariffs. But even the presence of an ominous orange cloud couldn't dampen spirits. This was an upbeat Bauma, a momentous Bauma, a Bauma that will live long in the memory of those lucky enough to be there. Deals were being struck, business was being done, and while trade wars might have been raging elsewhere, Bauma was a time and a place where the construction equipment world came together, united. As I said at the outset, Bauma is a mountain, and each time I've attempted to scale it previously, it's taken something from me. It's hurt my feet, addled my brain, and broken my spirit. But not this time. This time I've returned intact, and in fact, I've brought back just a little bit of Bauma with me. I've brought back memories of experiences that very few people will ever have the privilege of enjoying. I've been aboard a massive Komatsu mining shovel. I've seen the dawning of a new equipment era with Hitachi's Landcross One concept machine. I've seen machines from K-Tech, Kobelco, Devellon, and Liebherr that will change the face of the demolition industry in the months and years to come. I've met people that I previously knew only by name or by reputation, and people that knew me purely as that guy on the internet. And like the hundreds of thousands of others that visited Bauma, I've borne witness to man's ingenuity and innovation, and to the constant pursuit of bigger, better, safer, more. And best of all, I got to experience all of that and so much more with my son. I fully intend to be there again in 2028, But for now, auf Wiedersehen, Bauma, und danke.